Hi, welcome to the Stockinette Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as J-Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It, and this is episode 173. It is Mother's Day. Happy belated Mother's Day to everyone, one and all.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a good day, Amy?
I did. It was a slow start to the day. I didn't feel like I got much accomplished, and then things picked up the pace, and then I spent the evening entertaining myself and my children with the Dub Smash app on my phone. Tried to get the cats involved too.
Max is behind her, like, headbutting the back of her head. So.
Almost felt like he was eating my hair. So that was fun, and
yeah.
I did post one of them.
Oh.
Being silly.
So, on the Instagrams?
Yeah.
Which one was that?
Phenomenal. But not with the cat.
Oh, it was the cat-free version.
Yeah, cat-free version. The cat looked so mad at me when I was doing it. I was like shaking him or her. Do 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 do. Oh wait, no, that was my part. He was the phenomena. But anyway, had fun with that. Endless entertainment involved there. Then my husband found some other quotes. He was like, "Oh, what about this quote? Is that out there? What about this quote? Is that out there? Or is it just music?" I'm like, "No, it's quotes too. Let me look."
Fun for the whole family, huh?
Yes, apparently.
So it's an app
Mm-hmm.
that you like lip sync to, although you mentioned it looks better if you just
Yes.
actually speak or sing.
Yes. Basically, it will not record your audio at all, just video. So you can sing along, top along, woo, whatever you want, and it will sound like the person who originally sang it. And same.
It smashes them together,
Yeah,
right? The video recording and the...
So it's like you're dubbing, or they're dubbing your video. And it's really fun because, I don't know, there's like sayings, and I've heard people like send them to each other in text messages so that, that's how they convey their, feeling to them. And, yeah, there's some really fun and interesting quotes out there. And the reason I found it is that some people on my Instagram feed were doing it. But I think that it was a little known actress that I follow because she knits. Like, she's in LA. I've never met her before in my life, but she knits, and somehow I clicked on her, and I know that she's mostly acting because, like, she hasn't posted a knitting thing since December, like when she was knitting people gifts. And then now it's Dub Smash, apparently, is her new craziness. And then I also follow somebody on Orange is the New Black that posted one, and I was like, okay, so this is a thing now. So I went out there and looked at it and went, oh, this is fun. And the first week I had it, I wasn't really playing with it very much, but now I don't know, it's just stupid fun.
Yeah, it is fun. Yeah, we didn't do a whole lot either. It was kind of my pace of a weekend versus last weekend was more my husband's pace with lots of parties and social gatherings. And I ran and my daughter biked with me to Panera. I like Panera. I like coffee. I like carbohydrates. And then we went to Target and walked around, and then I ran back, and she actually put her bike in the van, and we met the boys up there. They didn't bike with us, run with us. And so that was good. I got a really cute card I was showing Amy, and there's a little all about my mom, and Dexter filled it out, and I'm 30 years old, so he gets points for that. I have blue-green hair with blue eyes. I'm 6 feet tall. My favorite color is green. He's on that. My favorite food is vegetables. And then my absolute favorite is, my mom's favorite thing to do is have fun. I thought for sure knitting might sneak in there, but I do have fun while I'm knitting. So Yes, they were. It was just adorable. Like, totally passed on the gift giving excitement to them because they were. I got little vases that they painted, and Ellie actually has like a tile on a clothespin that you can like stand it. You can. It's got her school picture on it. I'm not describing it very well. Her school picture is on the tile, and then the tile is glued to a clothespin, and then it stands up. Mm-hmm. So she had like a card in it, and they were just super adorable about the gifts, the school gifts. Mm-hmm. I think it's the first time that like my husband hasn't given like a Mother's Day gift because they had like enough stuff that they had made. Quentin had like a plant that they had, or a seed that they had tried to plant and sprout. Mm-hmm. And it's just basically a cup of mud at this point. There's nothing growing in there. But yeah, super fun. I love having a day where even if they don't really appreciate you, they pretend.
Our school has a Mother's Day store, so they get to go in at some point with, Dad's money. Mm-hmm. I think it's like $5 and pick something out. I don't know, like, it's just so like, okay, this is something I think you would like, and don't you like it? And I'm like,
Max. He's cuddling quite right in.
Yeah, my best friend today.
Mm-hmm,
but yeah, like I got note cards that had a P on them.
Oh my god. You could draw some little eyes and make it be the sticky outy tongue face.
Oh yeah, I suppose. Put some dots on the. Okay, there you go. She fixed it.
I did. Because I like to have fun.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing, having fun. I'm just kind of like, everybody's favorite thing is to have fun. If they didn't, then it wouldn't be their favorite thing, right?
Yes. True story.
Unless, yeah. Anyway.
I certainly loved all the sentiments. Yes. My daughter had a similar quiz where they answered in a little bit more full sentence type. I wish Justin had done it, but he did a good job on his own trying to convey his feelings for me over the weekend.
Yep, I got some big hugs.
Yeah.
And some I love you mommies, and it was like, oh, melt. But yes.
Lucy started back the tradition where when she was like 5, I would get lots of like, Mom, let me make you a comfy spot. And so she'd like get pillows and blankets, and then she'd have me sit in the comfy spot, and then she'd like, I don't know, like pat my feet and pat my hair and pat my shoulders, like massage or something. And so I kind of got a redoing of that as a 7-year-old, so it was a little bit more professionally done.
Oh.
Yes. And
you have a masseuse in the house, huh?
Well, my toes got rubbed. It was nice.
That's nice. All right, and we have lots and lots and lots and lots of prizes to give away. So we should quit jabbering like a monkey in a tree, as Forrest Gump would say.
What's going on? I don't know if the cats just flew up a bunch of fur before we got started.
Sorry, somebody's thinking about you.
There you go. Maybe
Isn't
that's
that
it.
what your nose itches? And ears is talking.
Well,
anyway, we had the Elegant Economy giveaway, and she sent some fabulous kits. So we've got her set of 5 really well printed patterns. The little sampler kit of a lot of the yarns, Copper Corgi, Wandering Wool. I know that Infinite Twist is in there. Ooh, now my nose is itching, sorry. Who else is in here? Knit Picks, Gloss, Fingering Bear is in there. And then these very huge bags. I don't know if did we show off the hugeness? I don't know. I think we talked about them and then said that they were ginormous, but like,
yep. It's a big bag.
You could put a sweater and all of the sweater's worth of yarn in there, I believe is what we said before. And I don't know who she had make these. These are nice. I don't know if she makes them or have to ask. There's not a card in there. But we drew. There were 144 entries, and we drew 66 and 59. So sorry for the crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. 66 is the fabulous Stacy Knits. Hi, Stacy. She lives near Nashville, and her favorite date night would be to have something to wear around while walking around in Nashville.
I believe it was Peaceful Pullover.
Oh, that is one near and dear to my heart as well. So Stacy, you get a bag. Whoever contacts me first gets the color of their choosing and the pattern set. And then 59 is Ange in the East. And she gets either, if she's the first one, her choice, or the one that wasn't picked, and the sampler, and the 5 patterns. I believe it was 5, or was it 6?
I forget.
Yeah,
There's quite a few.
quite a few. Thank you, Elegant Economy. That was fantastico. Yeah, lots of fun date night ideas out there as well. If you want to check out the thread. And then we also had our Wishing for Warmer Weather finally wrapped up here in May. I don't know that we have another KAL or have much time to devote to said KALs with our retreat coming up. And so hopefully these will take you into the warmer weather. But for that, we had 40 entries and we drew 3. So we've got this fabulous Shalimar Yarns, the Homage base, which is an MCS, 500 yards. So 1,000 yards could make you another fantastic 500 times 2, 1,000 yards. Is that what I said? Okay, I did the math correctly. Start Wearing Purple is the colorway, but you could make yourself a fabulous, I'm trying to think if I used 1,000 yards. I probably used it, yeah, for a Hitofude or the Peaceful Pullover, or, yep, lots of really cool stuff you can do there. Start Wearing Purple. And then we've got the Lowland Originals, 2 bags. So 3 prizes, and the winners were 14, 24, and 35. So 14, Fiber Nebula, she knit a tank. And again, if you have a strong preference, first person that contacts me gets it. Both of them have flowers, so it would be purple or large flowers. Second up was Mathmot, which is Lisa, and she had a test knit tee for her daughter, number 24. One of these bags, either if you're the first, you get your choice, or if you're the second, you get a fabulous one. And thank you to Renee for sending those to us. And last but certainly not least, we have number 35, which was Cappuccino 136, and she did a tank, and that is Cheryl. I did another tank, Cheryl. It was a really cool asymmetrical one, right?
Oh.
Have you noticed?
No, I think that was the
14.
14.
Okay, the Fiber Nebula.
That was a, yeah, it had an asymmetrical top and then an asymmetrical bottom too.
Cool, cool. Congratulations to all the prize winners. I believe I just volunteered myself. If you wanted to contact me, I can send me your shipping information and I can get those out to you. And away we go. Prizes, prizes galore. We've still got some more yarn that we'll be reviewing from folks that sent to us, and we'll be having a giveaway for those soonly. And yeah, like I said, don't necessarily have a KAL coming up, but feel free to let us know what you're knitting in an episode thread.
Yeah.
I love looking at what people are knitting. That's one of my favorite things about going to events. Seeing finished objects, seeing what people are wearing, and then also ask them, what you're knitting.
Yeah, I think in larger events like Stitches or whatever, it's also neat to see like, oh, what am I seeing a lot of, you know?
Like the trends. What's trending?
Yeah, what's trending? What's the shawl that everybody's knitting? And what's the, I remember the Color Affection was big one year at an event. It was like, woo, there's one, there's one, there's. Seemed like they were everywhere.
Yeah. That one year at Rhinebeck, I swear I saw a ton of Laura Linneman's Thin Ice, like in looking at pictures that people had taken on Instagram. And I was like cursing them underneath my breath because I wanted to be there.
Oh,
wish I were at Rhinebeck.
So
okay, like
not the year we were there.
No,
but
no,
a different year.
no. Previous years, the jealousy that brought on actually going.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. No, I don't begrudge anybody a good time. I think that those events are fantastic, but you get overwhelmed with the pictures on Instagram, and you're like, man, I wish I were there. Mm-hmm. Everybody's having a good time except me.
Next week is Shepherd's Harvest.
Yes.
Yay.
Super excited about that.
We're picking up some retreat things.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that will be fun. No back lot last year with Cyborg's Craft Room. She went to the parking lot, and we had like shady parking lot business. It was super. None of that this year. No shady parking lot deals, but should be a good time. I saw that Jeremy actually said he saw or heard a commercial on the radio for it.
Oh, I did too.
NPR, that they're going to have
sheep or llama
obstacle course.
Yes, yeah. The leaping llamas. And I mentioned that a few times at home. Leaping llamas, come on, guys, doesn't that sound like fun? No, still no biters, no takers.
See, we no biters. Woo. We my son got invited to not a last minute, but like they just gave us a week's worth of notice, so he can't go on Saturday. And then Ellie's got some archery thing with the Girl Scouts on Sunday, so I think if I'm going up, I'm going to be sans all of the Williamses.
Oh, okay. Well, let me know.
Yep. But yeah, Pitch Perfect comes out this weekend too.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yes, super excited about Pitch Perfect too.
Maybe we'll see it on our way home.
Yeah.
Just be like, we're gonna stop here, watch this, and then come home.
Ellie really wants to go, but I haven't vetted whether or not it's got content that is appropriate for a 9-year-old.
Yeah, I heard that the opening scene.
Oh, really?
Well, they're doing a thing, and I can't remember her real name, but Fat Amy has like not a nip slip, but something else.
Oh.
And so there's a lot of innuendo.
Which would fly right over the 9-year-old's head. But
okay. You think
she was like, is there going to be like kissing or something? Because I've seen kissing, Mom.
Okay.
Oh, daughter, yes. Anyway, so yes, lots of fun things coming up. Again, we will have swag at Shepherd's Harvest, so if you're in the area, anywhere in the area, if you're in Iowa, it's definitely worth. It's more of a state fair type feel. And it's not, while they do teach classes, I don't feel like the emphasis is on the classes. There's a lot of fair type food to be had, and I really enjoy it. I enjoy the juxtaposition of the Yarn Over and the Shepherd's Harvest.
Yes.
These are two different events that I enjoy both.
Yeah. So, finished objects.
Yes. Let's get us on track.
I didn't weave on in the ends yet, but there's only 2, so it'll be done soonly. So yet another lengths field. And this is number 4.
Most knit pattern by Amy.
This year.
This year. You can knit something else?
You
can't count the blanket because that's one object, right? Because you knit a bunch of those squares.
Right.
Over and over and over again.
Well, I've knit a lot of those miniatures too. So I've knit 8 hearts, 8, But I'm trying to think of a bigger thing that I've knit that much. I think I've knit 4 weebs. Weeb. And I'm trying to think if there was something else that I've knit that much. I think I do most things in duo. You know, I probably have knit 4 of the slippers, the seamless Saloma slippers.
Gosh,
too dense. Yeah.
Dense, yeah. Like garter.
Yeah. Garter and some
Very
dense
pretty.
hand knit or hand spun too.
It looks really nice with the barber pulling. Sorry, I'm showing off your object, but
Yeah.
I wasn't going to hand it back to you and be like, lean forward and show it.
Do your job.
No.
It is your job.
No, that's not true.
Okay.
I just wanted to show people.
And that is it. I did not finish anything else.
Cool, cool. I had my May Hirofude. I was knitting for Annette. Annette has knit many wonderful things for me and many wonderful things for you. And your beautiful shawl that I have a picture of
wear
you
that
and your
a lot.
husband. Yeah. And her birthday is always the month that our retreat is. And so I don't get her anything knit. And I was like, I'm tired of having this as not an excuse, but like of it just reoccurringly not happening. And so I knit her a Hirofude. It is out of Swoon Fiber Arts in the Marla base, I believe. It was squished grapes, and it was a very, I've got lots of pictures because before I send them off, I take lots of pictures because I know I'm not going to necessarily see them again. And almost an iridescence to it. It's a silken linen lace weight, and it just had a sheen. And then it looked different in different lights. So in like bright sunlight, it was very, you know, kind of a ephemeral purple, but in darker light, it was kind of a darker purple. Like it almost lit up with more.
I know that she had a hard time giving that one away.
I did, because it was I mean, as light as a feather. I mean, like you put it on and you could feel that you had it on, but it was like you weren't even wearing anything. Like as opposed to some of like Corey's that I knit out of socks that rock lightweight. That had some weight to it. And this was just like, just light as a feather, just float off if you let it. I think that I took it to the post office thinking that it would be over the 13 ounces mark, and no, it was like 8 or something. I was like, oh my gosh, you wouldn't have thought that there was a sweater in there. But yes, May Hirofude in my year of Hirofudes is complete, and very pretty. Really, really loved that one, and it also fit me, so it was like, no, I'm sending it to its intended recipient. And then I went into monogamous mode. I actually finished that Hirofude before we recorded on Tuesday, I believe, because I was just getting it into the mail. So it wasn't like I was working on them both. We quit recording and I went into monogamous mode on this guy. This is the Peaceful Pullover out of Madeline Tosh Dandelion, which is a linen merino, very similar to their Tosh Merino Light TML base. I didn't add any length. I knit the size that was for my size, so it's supposed to have 2 to 4 inches of positive ease. And then what else was I going to say? Oh, I took the Amy Herzog sleeve length. Actually, I'll talk about that in just a second. The only like catastrophic fail I had on this was you can see right here where the seaming is, because it's a little thinner, and I can probably block that out. But I painstakingly went through and seamed up the garter, and I didn't like if there was a place where I had missed or if it looked funky, and so I kind of ripped it back, and I would put it on backwards and look in the mirror and make sure, and oh, I need to fix it here, and so I'd fix it, rip it back and fix it. And then I was just telling Amy, I was going to weave in the ends, and I went like this to make sure that it wasn't like, so I had extra up here and I had extra down here, and I was trying to make sure that it wasn't like gathered in any areas, because it's not supposed to be gathered, it's just supposed to be seamed up, and it just went poof. So I'd worked the yarn a little bit too hard in all of the ripping back and reseaming and whatever, and so went through various variations of like where I just ran one parallel and didn't rip out the old one, and then eventually I just ended up having to rip out the whole old one because it just kept on obliterating. Like the string was just not what it should have been. But I'm happy with how it turned out. I posted it on the Instagrams yesterday and asked folks what sleeve length they thought I should do, and I had it held on. I used the you provisionally cast on the sleeves before you start the raglan, and I had it held on. I did the crochet onto the needle option, so you do the single crochet around the bottom and end up with loops over the top. I've had not very good success with the just crocheting single loops, and then I can never figure out which one I'm supposed to pick up so that I can just unravel it and go poof, 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 poof. So crocheting it directly onto the needle works really well for me. I could try to link the video that I used for that. But yeah, folks were like, oh, it's so cute the way it is. But I added a little bit of length. So right here is where it would have ended. I added a little bit of length. And the Amy Herzog principle of the line where your sleeves end is where you look. So not being a very busty person, I was happy to have it end right about my bust area. And so draws emphasis. But yeah, very, very fun knit. Lots of knitting. I mean, even what I'm knitting now with the purl back row, I kind of breathe a little deeper and turn back. And this didn't have a purl back row. It was just figuring, or just getting into the groove of what stitch I was slipping to get the fun little garter ridges. And then very intuitive, fun, kept my interest cable panel. And I plan on wearing this a lot.
Cool.
I told you earlier, I'm kind of in the...
How many skeins is in that size?
I could get the pattern out. I had 4 skeins of the Dandelion, and I've got a significant chunk of 2 of them left.
Oh,
so 3-ish, 1,200 yards.
Okay.
With short sleeves.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit more as written in the pattern, but that's how much I used for the short sleeves. Short sleeves. But yes, super. I plan on wearing this a lot, and as people pointed out on Instagram, I can always wear it with long sleeves underneath it.
Yes.
As a layering piece. Somebody else also said I could save the yarn and knit myself longer sleeves when the weather turns cold. I was like, that's a thought. Or as people that have extra yarn from the actual making of it, and as a person with skills to be able to do so, I could make my clothes of variable sleeve lengths. It was novel. I had never thought of it, I guess.
Oh, really?
Really? Have you knit something short sleeve and then went, oh, in the fall I can knit myself long sleeves? I guess I just had never thought of it.
Well, I guess early on in my knitting career or whatever, I had met somebody who was shorter, but liked the length of so she would always shorten her sleeves by hand, by cutting, ripping back, and grafting. I was just like, why? I was just baffled by it. And I mean, tailoring things makes a lot of sense to me now, but back then it was like, what? Why would you do that? So
yeah,
she's like, got the skills, and now this sweater is one I love instead of one I hate. So
this has not yet been blocked, and the fact that I had a stitch go poof while I was when I was seaming is making me a little reticent to do so.
To blocking?
Yeah, well, yeah, wash it and block it. I don't want any of my other stitches that are knit in here to decide I've been worked too hard.
No more poofing.
Poof, just disappeared. I mean, it literally, I feel like stuff went into the air when it happened, because I was like, and then it just, you know, like I heard noise, I saw like dust fly up in the air, and I saw the stitches go, and it was like, no! But yeah, it's a story to tell.
Yeah.
If nothing happens in life, I feel like nothing happens in your life, then you don't have
Boring.
stories to tell.
Exactly. It's very boring.
What you working on there? Pretty green sweater?
Yes. So this is the Cinnamon Girl. It is getting worked, and it feels like it could stand up.
Have you gone into monogamous mode?
No.
Oh, that's
not
right.
quite
You
yet.
were just knitting on your laying field.
Not quite yet, but this hasn't moved, and I think last time I had just a smidge over it, so I've gotten quite a bit of length on it now, and I believe the pattern has me going to a certain row, and I know I haven't reached that yet, but I think once I reach that row, it's monogamy all the way.
She's gonna put a ring on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm good, you know, like 13 rows from it, and I'll be there. So I'm excited. And I have been carrying this with me more so than one would think. Like, I like to work on it in the evening, but for some reason the smaller objects just like catch my fascination, and I can't put them down for the rest of the evening. So instead of working on the you know, getting that one done, it was like one night of each of these different projects. So we had one night of the Cabernet.
One night stands.
Yeah, lots of them. But this one was more of a day. Like, I brought two projects, and this one was like, that day was this one, but then that evening was something else. So this got the second ball added, and a big chunk of it is gone, but not quite half. So pretty. Keep going on that beautiful lace.
Beautiful red.
Yes.
Lace.
And then, let's see, what else caught my fascination here? Well, of course, the hat. I've finished. This is adding color to the...
very subtly.
Yeah.
Which is super cool.
Yeah, so I have the brightest of blue up at the top here. And I believe I added one more blue after... So I brought most of them with me. So I thought, one more ability to go back and forth in here. And then I move on to this one. Just a smidge darker.
And that's your daybreak.
Yep. And then just a smidge darker. So we're going to transition into purple. And then there's two more after this. So I think after a while, the daybreak, you stop using the gray. And then you finish with just the color. And not quite there yet, but when I do, that'll be fun, because that'll just be knitting on those particular colors until they're done.
Yeah.
Right now I have to worry about whether it gets through, you know, a full back and forth before I can move on, but once I get out of the striping, it'll be cool. I'll be just knit to the end. And then, last but not least, I started some baby hats. Babies! So, I decided that I wanted to do baby wind chiefs. Wind chiefs? So,
Another Stephen West.
Yeah, another Stephen West pattern. I've knit this pattern before. I don't remember who for. Maybe it was that. But I really enjoyed it that first time. Oh, I remember what I did. It was for a like a pen pal type thing, and I knit the cowl, not the hat. But still a very interesting pattern, how it kind of swoosh and comes back to the center. And so I have enough of this blue that I was thinking of making. It's for twin boys. So I thought, oh, I'll make the twin boys, and then I'll make an adult hat, and they can decide if it goes to the mom or the dad. But with twin boys, you might want it to go to the dad, but then at the same time, who's going to be spending most of their day with them? Probably mom. You know, whatever. It's going to be fun. Or just whoever's taking them out for a walk will get the matching hat.
Matchy matchy.
Or who knows, I'll get to the end and I'll have enough for 2 hats.
Who knows?
So 4 total.
No big brothers or sisters?
No, this first baby's twins right out the gate.
Wow.
Yeah. At least that's what I was told, so it'll be fun.
We had some friends whose brother, so he was the uncle, had one child and they were going for a second and had triplets.
Woo!
Yeah. So I think the twins at the front probably gives you a little more forewarning.
Yeah.
Than like, oh, we just doubled the size of our family in one go.
Marissa did that. Do you remember Marissa?
Mm-mm.
Oh. I thought she was a mutual friend.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Had a girl and then had triplets.
That was not the friend I was speaking
Okay. Well,
could have been.
could have been.
Could have been.
Okay. That's all I got. Well, that's a lot.
That's what you got.
Yep. And then I, of course, started another Langsfield out of Handspun. I say of course, but I've been itching to use my Handspun.
You found the project to do so.
Yes. And I found, like, I don't know, makes my heart sing. So all of these, you know, between 180 to 220 yard skeined balls of Handspun that I have, I'm just like, oh, perfect. I'm going to knit that. I thought about a worm hat, but that just seems so boring. I like the construction of this one so much. It's just this flat triangle for a while, and so that's very easy to remember, and it's very simple, but still has a couple things to do during the back and forth, and I don't know, something about this pattern just makes me want to knit another one.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes, except mine's not a sweater.
I'm having an analogous situation, a case of the multiples. So this is my June Hito Fude. It is out of that blue heron, I believe.
Yeah, especially when you count the mother-daughters, right? You got this one, the mother-daughter.
Yeah.
Anything you've knit twice for that.
Yep. I knit my daughter a Hito Fude as well. Yes, Blue Heron yarns. This color is blue violet, and it is their EMC, Egyptian Mercerized Cotton, 1,000 yards for, I think it's 115 grams. It's not on here, but I think it's out on Ravelry. And I've actually taken quite a few pictures of this in the skein and in the ball, and it just is like, kapow, kapow, on your eyes. I don't know. It's just, it's very saturated and deep and wonderful color as far as I'm concerned. Just absolutely love it. And yeah, it's got an interesting, I think that it's definitely knitting up a lot lighter weight fabric, or looser gauge fabric. Cotton in and of itself isn't necessarily all that lightweight, I guess. It's kind of a dense. But I like it. The lace isn't hurting my hands as much as a thicker cotton. Maybe just because the ratio of the strand of yarn to your hand, maybe I'm not tensioning it. I actually, to be honest with you, I haven't knit cotton since I've been a picker.
Oh, okay.
So it could just be that it's my different style of knitting. But I wanted to mention briefly that I got one of the why can't I think of the name? Carrie's Gelby little needle minders. I used to have Jeanette brought it back for me from YarnCon, and it's got one of her little felted sheep on there. And I had been using a twist tie to hold my, I provisionally cast on, using Judy's Magic Cast On, the whole sleeve length. The way the pattern has it written has you doing it with a crochet, and all it's really doing is keeping like a 2-row difference when you seam up the, and I haven't noticed it on any of them that I've knit, and none of the people that I've knit for have said this one sleeve seems like it has a few more rows than the other. But I think that she should add a locking stitch marker or some sort of something to it, because I was finding that when I wasn't using it for this, like if I was using it when I got done here and put it on, that when I took it back off, I would always have to be like mindfully put it somewhere where I could find it. And if you had like a locking something on it, you can just attach it to your project, and then it will be right there for you whenever you need it. But yeah, and I don't know that I have any more progress. Maybe a row or two on the Clara out of the Orange You Happy and pink. Still very pretty. And all kinds of bright colors. I think I'm ready for yeah, the summer the summer colors, bright neon colors of summer. Yep. So, yes, that is my works in progress.
Excellent.
Definitely getting into like, what am I going to wear at our retreat mode? Like starting to think through. Last year I feel like I had a lot of things. Like I had to choose what I was going to take. And this year, since I've been knitting lots of gifts and maybe possibly smaller things, like it doesn't seem like, I've got this now, I'll be wearing this. Probably wear it to Shepherd's Harvest and our retreat. But
yeah, I'm trying to think. Like I haven't really gotten through anything that I would necessarily feel like needs to be displayed new. But if you do have one, if you're coming and you have one that you want to see me bring out because you haven't seen it in person, let me know and I'll be able to wear it out. Like I have my Rhinebeck sweaters that a lot of people probably haven't seen. But you know, those are warm.
Yep.
So I'm trying to think of things that I can wear that I'll be able to keep on all day. And I haven't knit a whole lot of cotton. I have some linen tank top things, but I think that I had those done last year.
Your boxy.
Oh, that's true. My boxy is new.
Yeah. Well, we just did that wishing for warmer weather. I knit a bunch of Hitofudes and mine literally over the top. And
that's the boxy done.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I did. I do have, again, like that sweater was because of a lot of things that I had already knit. So maybe I just need to think about what I'm going to wear with those things to make them new and interesting.
Yeah, no, my realization was just like, wow, if I want to have something for sure to wear to the retreat, and with the retreat stuff getting really busy and life being really busy, in tandem with that, I should probably get on it.
Yes.
Like I was just, I kind of cleared off my needles a little bit. And like, what am I putting on there? If it's something for the retreat, I should probably put a little hustle in it. So
I kind of have I don't want to say opposite problem, but yeah, opposite problem. I have cast on the world, and while a lot of it's little things that I can get done and move on, my bigger things have been languishing. So it's like, oh yeah, I had 4 sweaters that I had balled up and ready to go, and the Cinnamon Girl is the only one that's gotten enough attention to be worthy of even talking about. The Cleoquat, sorry. That one is hibernating, but it got to the point where I was zooming along on the stranded part, and I know that that's limited. It's like just a little bit along the bottom, and then it's a whole lot of nothing until so I'm getting a little bit like, oh, sad. I don't want to. And then sleeves, because that's another thing that's got to happen in the bottom up sweater first. So yeah, I'm a little bit
need to go into get her done mode.
I do.
We went into get her done mode with your shawl.
Well, yeah, it's still got a lot of colors. There's only 3 in the shawl, and there's 8 of them.
Oh,
total.
so it's going to be big.
It's going to be
a big one.
It's going to be a big shawl.
Are you going to eventually get to the point where the colors, you're obviously not going to get as many rows. Hopefully you'll get at least 1 or 2, right?
Yeah, no, basically, what I think is going to happen right now is I've got 7 rows, 6 rows, 5 rows. Hopefully I get 4, 3, 2, and then at some point in that 3, 4, 2, I will run out of this. And then I will just go to where you're finishing it, and you don't have any more gray, and that'll just be knitting. You know, I could almost magic knot them at that point and just knit until it's done.
Got it. Because mine's is going to fill in anyway.
Right.
That it has a complete row.
Whereas this part, I want it to be a complete row of that color, but at the top,
because there's gray delineating it.
Yeah.
Yep. I get it.
So, yeah, hopefully this one will tell, because it seems like this is like, is that going to make it through 2, you know, back and forth. So, if that can make it through a back and a forth, I will be good.
Good to go.
Good to go.
All right, you have some enabling piled up over there.
I went over to Hank and Pearls to talk to them about the yarn wine bus that they are sponsoring. Our retreat just happens to be on top of the yarn crawl, the South Minnesota yarn crawl. And
that must have changed because it hadn't been in the past.
Yeah, I know. It had been earlier in the month in the past, because it had been the week before our retreat a lot of the years. And we're always the weekend, or the weekend after Father's Day. So right.
Father's Day changes. Yep.
It does, but they were always before us, and we've never been any later than this. So I just assumed it would be all right. But they are putting us in their schedule. So we were just talking about how they're putting out a yarn bus schedule, and they were just going to say, like, the zombies are coming from you know, from this time to this time. So if you want to avoid that crowd,
avoid the zombies.
Please, you know, schedule another time to hit our shop. And they said that you know, it's around lunchtime, so they figure most people will be okay with with managing around that, and they'll just keep on top of it. But the cool part is that they have a lot of events and interesting things going on in the shop because of the hop, and we just get to piggyback on all that loveliness.
Cool.
So that'll be fun. So even if you aren't coming on the hop, you can go to the yarn crawl that's happening in the area, and they'll have special and interesting things going on.
Bonus.
But while I was there, I found this in their clearance bin.
Ooh.
So I am wearing a sweater made out of this Pima cotton silk from Misty Alpaca, and I have knit so many things out of this yarn base that when I saw it on the clearance bin for 40% off, I was like, oh, I think I need to rescue that. So I got some blue and yellow.
Will they be together?
No, there's enough. There's over 900 yards in each of these, that one will be a sweater for me and one might be a dress for Lucy. She loves blue, so you guess which one's going to be. And I'll probably end up with some leftovers of the yellow, so it could trim the blue.
Nice contrast.
But I don't know. I believe what I'm wearing is only 2 skeins.
Yeah, I have
So I was thinking something oversized yet again. I actually picked up a magazine when I was out with the kids today, and I was thinking about...
I've knit my mom a Tink Tank out of that, and my daughter a Tink Tank out of the Misty Alpaca.
Oh, really? Tink Tank, yes.
Yep, not the literally over top.
I believe I have knit a Tink Tank out of it as well. A Tink Tank dress.
Yep.
Sorry. This was spring 2015,
Mm-hmm.
and it's only supposed to be displayed until May 18th, so one more week on the newsstand. Is this one here. So
That's in my queue.
it's an oversized, just square, rectangle, whatever. It's very basic, but basic looks beautiful on this woman, and it'll be so simple, and I don't know, I'm ready to cast on. This is calling to me.
There's only 14 things in my queue, and that is one of them.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Great minds think alike.
Or something like that.
Yeah. So yeah,
We've both been drinking the water.
Mm-hmm. And I also like
Second Story Tea is the name of the pattern.
Oh yes, yes. Second Story Tea. And then also I like this cowl. It's a color work stranded.
Mm-hmm.
You knit the tube and then graft it. And I am very tempted to do that with the Peace Fleece I have. Because somebody said that was a great workhorse yarn and gets softer as you wear it, wears like iron. And I have a beautiful blue and white. So this is 3 colors, 2 blues and 1 white, but I don't know. I think I might have to do it. It's really cute.
The cardigan up top there looks kind of like the Hirofude with the V's.
Oh, the V's are very
getting bigger.
reminiscent. Yeah. It's got a yoke top though, it looks like. And
yeah.
And I'm not sure that, I'm wondering if it would stay as nicely placed as it is on the model.
Yep.
Like I have a feeling it would start slipping off my shoulders. I am skeptical of this. It's beautiful on the model, and I like the look of it right here, but I am skeptical that it would stay in place.
Yeah, she looks like she's got really flat shoulders too. Like she doesn't have a sloping shoulders, so it might stay on her a little better. Yeah. Like a hanger. Yeah. Again, I'm channeling my inner Amy Herzog there. Yeah.
But yes. But I had a lot of things in this one that I liked. My wah-wah story is that I picked up the Debbie Bliss that was supposed to be taken off the newsstands by the time I picked it up. And I think that the cover and then a picture of a cute dog as I was flipping through it got me. And then I went through and went, oh my god, none of these patterns are cute. You know, it just like
buyer's remorse.
Buyer's remorse, big time on this one. So
I like the cover.
Yeah, the cover thing is really
sideways
cute and interesting.
Neat construction. I've seen that one out in Ravelry as well.
Yeah, and again, it really got me with the picture. Oh gosh, where is the dog? The dog was one of the selling points, really. Oh, there he is.
It's a sweater for town and country.
It's a sweater and a beret.
For a dog. Okay.
And a bee costume.
Were you thinking you were going to knit one of those? For
No.
your cats, maybe?
But these look like Karen's dogs. This is Minnie. This is Max. They look like Karen's dogs. I don't know. Something about it made me go, oh. And yeah, the little Parisian back. I don't know. They got me. They suckered me in. I mean, this pattern, if I were to actually knit it, might be worth the price of the magazine, but at the same time, I was a lot happier with the interweave.
Yes, very striking. Lots of different patterns in the interweave. I agree. That was one of them that I was finding things out on Ravelry that I enjoyed, and I was like, these are all recent. Oh, they were interweave knits. Yeah. All right, I'm going to briefly talk about knitterly things. In the past, I've said not bad things about her yarn, but she doesn't. My feet are very hard wearing, need hard wearing yarns, and she had 100% merino, and so I had a lot of it in my stash because I absolutely love her color sense. I love the way that she combines. I love her stripes. Love everything about her yarn except that it didn't have nylon, and now she has nylon.
Yay!
So this is 75% superwash wool, 25% nylon. I actually have these two colors, Happy and Sesame Cha-Cha, in the non nylon base. So I've made hats with it, and I've made socks for friends whose feet aren't as hard on socks, and absolutely love it. But now I've got a new base to try. So with the nylon, it's hopefully will wear a little bit better, and also is a beefier base, so it's not as light of a fingering. So if you've ran into any of her yarns in the past and have had similar complaints, or not complaints, but just observations as myself, as knitters, we adjust, the sales. Like, oh, I absolutely love that yarn, but it's not necessarily the right one for that project. Go ahead and give her a try, because she's got nylon now, and she's got it in the shop. So this is Rainbow in the Dark. Absolutely love the pops of orange, and then there's some navy in there, and it slayed me. And then, as I said, Happy and Sesame Cha-Cha, which has the purple and my chartreuse. So
yeah, I'd be interested to knit with them. They look a lot, the base looks a lot different than it used to be. So.
Yeah, I should have
obviously a different base, sorry.
I should have grabbed the two here that I had, just for comparison's sake. Maybe I still can.
Maybe on Instagram you can show like a
side by side.
Yeah, on our new social media account.
Yes. So we talked about that last week. But ZK.
Yes.
Things continue to chugga. So we've got prizes coming. We're going to hopefully on our shiny new Instagram account start posting some of those and pictures of those. So if you're one of those I don't want to see because I might win it and I want to be surprised people, look away. Yeah.
For me, it would only enhance the excitement, right? Like, oh, I saw that one on Instagram. I want to win that one.
Possibly win. Plus, I think it's kind of cool that if we'll tag them and then you can start following the people that are donating to our wonderful little community. As well as I always like to follow folks. So as a way to discover new folks to follow. Maybe yarn folks or bag makers that you haven't heard of. Yep, that's all I got to say about ZK, other than it is consuming more of my time and is for real, after Shepherd's Harvest. That's the next event.
Yep. So we did start taking some people off the wait list. That's going to slow down a little bit, but just be aware that it's turning.
Yep.
Like, for the longest time, no action. So there's a little bit of action happening there. But not like a ton. So bye.
Bye.